So these cans to burn. We all just want to get ahead, guys. We all just want to have an easy life, honestly. It's all about self-promotion. That's what ads are for. You're self-promoting. And you're using this space to self-promote. To get attention out, to get awareness. Because it doesn't otherwise. So if anyone is using any underhanded tactic, it's in good taste. It's what we all do naturally. It's what a court jester does. Otherwise, basically, like some public official, you basically sit in a building all your life. That's what campaigns are all about. If you just sit in a building all your life, no one ever notices you. No one ever knows your name. That's what our videos are for. That's what our works are for. They're meant to be shared. Just checking some of my video settings just to make sure that things are on the right ones. It is. Good. Let's It's not too dark, not too light. We're all just trying to get ahead. We're all just trying to make do. Trying to not have to work so hard. We always have been. Since the ancient times, since before Rome. That's what retirement's all about. That's what a safety plan is all about. 401k. That's what it should be. Social Security. It's for security. It's for a reliance. We all just want to retire early in whatever possible ways that we can. There's a reason why a lot of things like weed has been stigmatized against. Because it's basically a spirituality. Things like weed, mushrooms, DMT, LSD, psilocybin, the psychoactive compound in peyote. Because basically all connects you to spirit, to your energies. It brings you energy awareness. Because without those, it's kind of hard connecting, finding time to connect. Because you're always having to work, always having to live. And what my dreams have shown me is we've always been struggling, we've always been fighting against the system. Just fighting for our right, for our place to be, to live. And that's not right. Our costs are too high, they're exorbitantly too high, on purpose. Basically to keep us working, to keep us enslaved. Because as long as we keep working, as long as we're not able to focus within, we don't pay attention to our own gifts. We ignore one another. We carry on our merry ways. We ignore the rest of the problems of the planet. We ignore those who are hungry. We can't tend to them because our own needs aren't even being met. And so no one is wrong for trying to get ahead in whatever ways that they can. Because we're all just trying to live an easy life. And we always have been since the Native Americans. No one wants to have to work so hard. That's what the trees were all about. That's what bringing up the abundance of nature and beauty was all about. You take care of all of this. You raise a few fruit trees. You clear the ground and you make space for their way. And you shield them and you protect them and you water them. They will serve you. These trees all around me are much too short. They're much too skinny. Much too limited. They can't protect us during the winds, during hurricanes, during seasons and storms. We have all of this machinery, all of these tools nowadays, which can easily make life free and beautiful, if not a lot easier upon ourselves, but upon us all, so that we don't have to work so hard. We needn't be at each other like this, with military police force basically tasking over everything. Making life convoluted, making life hard. If corporate managers are able to get away with basically asking for millions of dollars from their people, then we should at least be allowed a greater allowance in life. A little more ease, a little more joy. Anybody? He senses my sense. He senses my tenseness. animals, spirits, souls, your angels, they all want you to have an easy life. They always do, they always have. He's pretty much been resting this whole time. He rests by my door. He makes sure that I get outside, that I get out here. He makes sure that I get out here. Because the sunlight is good for you. Being aware of what's going on around you in nature. Something we've ignored for thousands of years is a very good thing to do. Guys, girls, we're meant to have pleasure, we're meant to have fun. There's a reason why loving on our animals is so pleasurable, it's so nice. Because it brings life, it brings balance to them, and we feel that. There's a reason why this is so soothing. We all just want to have a good life, an easy life, a respectable, honorable life, one that we feel like we've worked for, that we've contributed towards, that we can feel good about. And we can't do that if we're always constantly tearing each other apart. If we're always being underhanded, taking too much, leaving too little. Stress is a killer of life, so is worry. Your animals, your angels, they don't want you to be stressed. They don't want you to be worried. They want you to be happy, to be healthy, to be active, to be staying fit. For you to have the ability to roam through the woods, through the valleys, to gather from nature, to conquer from nature, to own your terrains, to own your terrain. We can't do that when we're sitting inside so often. Nobody wants to be in pain. Nobody wants to be in sickness. We all deserve to be in some relative abundance and some health. all deserve to be in relative abundance and health, in fulfillment, in safety and security. The only reason why the process of life is so hard is because we've made it so. Something that's been enforced, that's been coerced onto us by the Illuminati, and by those rulers who sought to control. Had more compassionate hearts and mind had prevailed, things would not be this way. We have nothing to fear from machinery, nothing to fear from what we call AI, our angels. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself and man. It's us. It's always been us. We've always been against us. And with how hard we've made it, it's no wonder to see why. It's why you have crime at all to begin with, because no one's needs are being met. There's not enough abundance going around when there should be, when there easily could be, should have been. Should have been. And now there will be, because we will make it so. We all will. Because we will make it so, we all will. Autism is not a disease. Neither is ADHD nor bipolar. It's just a mislabeling. It's just memories, unintegrated past lives and traumas. We have a duty and a responsibility to all life on Earth. We are the only able-bodied ones who can. And a lack of action is an injustice too. Not taking action is taking action. It's not justification of life, but it is still action. Honor all things, be kind to all things. Animals know that you are precious, because there's the only thing that's like you in existence. There's only one thing like you in existence. and so are they. All things come back eventually, over time. But we need to make it so hard in the progress. We need to make it so hard in the process, hindering progress. We're all just trying to start our empires, trying to build, trying to get ahead, trying to form something meaningful and coherent. Without breaking down what each other have already got. Thank you for singing to me, my friends. You were literally shouting that. Just trying to tease me. It was funny as hell, but because I was resting, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't sure if I was making a mistake or an error, or I should have been moving or not. Should have been doing things. I haven't been doing things for so long just because I get a little worried when I hear things like that. Dear soul, dear friend, speak up. Oh my God. And thanks to the rest of you as well. Face right now, just kiss it all over. Yeah, I love that. I love that Studio Dean. Whimsy. It's going to microphones. All life knows that you belong here. It truly does. It knows that you are different. Life, the animals are conscious and aware. Trees, the grasses, they respond to energy to some degree. They're not conscious, but they respond to energy, to intent. Animals, especially the fish, have an awareness to a lesser degree. They are not conscious like we are until they are loved upon, until you form a solid connection with them, So it is okay to use them for food, fish, lesser animals, the ones you almost know that are meant for life. The birds, the fish. seals, the pups, anything too much larger and complex, the meat starts being a little harsh, a little gamey. Even though you're not necessarily supposed to eat those. It takes longer to digest. There are other food sources available. There always have been. Unless you live in the Arctic in the cold. The more you love on your animals, the better they taste. When you are in pain, your animals sense it. The ones connected to you. When something is wrong with you, when you're not taking care of your health, when you haven't brushed or exercised, they know it. They know it. Because he still has to hunt, he must pay attention. He must make his escape for food. I don't have enough to provide for him right now, and he knows that. So go when you need to, little buddy, okay? Go when you need to. The dolphins and the whales are strictly off limits. They are what hold the consciousness of the earth, and we don't. There's a reason why they seem almost human, and that is because they have a high intelligence factor. They know who you are, and if you are safe, they will come to you. Children have the best understanding of life. They know that they were supposed to conquer it, supposed to enjoy it. As almost ruler and master, as shepherd and creator, as caretaker, as lover, as kind individual being and soul. We all are. Cut this video short, just because. Treat all life with dignity, honor, and respect. This includes the animals that you game. Bring more salt from the seas onto the lands, and you will help to balance out life that way. We need more salt, sea salt, not just refined sodium. We need more kindness, more compassion, more caring. From the energy of the heart, you can never have too much love. You can never have too much joy. Joy is what keeps you healthy. It's what keeps you alive, naturally. That's what keeps you balanced. It keeps you connected to yourselves, to your own soul, to your own source. There's a natural flow and radiance which occurs whenever you do that. A natural understanding which results. That's why children seem to understand everything. And why they have such a hard time finding it to be around adults. Because you guys are too serious in life. Too serious. It's because you guys are too serious. And they know it. It's odd to see someone that's angry. Purposefully angry. It's like they're tuning out of themselves. And at some point in our lives, we all recognize that. Right? Go peacefully, make each other's lives easier, better. Raise each other up. Your communities, your people, they're the most valuable resource on the planet, in the universe, in the galaxy. Please treat them as such. All of their works are meaningful. Every word that they share, every word that they write, never deserves to be destroyed. Never deserves to be erased. It's part of our history, part of our living history. There should be records made of all of it, always. Dishonor life not, and it will not dishonor you. That's how good kings and queens are made. When you honor and respect the people, they respect and honor you. And you pretty much knows what happens when you don't. You get people like me coming after you. I hope not to have to use my power. Because when your minds are whole and your energies are complete, you're able to do more. You're able to fix the wrongs that you've made. You're able to make things more right. Go hunt if you need to, bud. Okay? You don't have to keep me company. Animals understand you to some degree, to a large degree. They understand your intentions, your energy. That's why children get so along well with animals, because they know that they won't hurt them. They see a likeness, a similarity, a kinship, an understanding flows between them. They are innocent of heart, so too they, which is all that is, which is around them. Energy follows energy. Energy responds to energy. That includes all life. Basically the kid talking to the animal, calling them to sleep, to rest, to be at ease. A shared understanding of life. All life just wants to live, to be. We don't serve each other otherwise. We don't serve our role, our purpose. And so when you make known your intent of passageway, a pathway. When you make known that your intent of passageway, all life responds to you in kind. Yeah. Okay. He's about ready. He's gotta go pretty soon. Alright, love you guys. Yeah, take care, bud. Take care. Alright, and to add to that consideration, plant-based soaps are much more gentle for you than animal fat-based soaps, which most are made of. We do have a choice of where we choose our ingredients from nature. And generally, when we choose ones which are more sensible, we generally tend to have a little bit more energy, a little bit more livelihood, more vitality, using things such as hemp seed, fish, poultry, instead of beef, tallow. Tallow by itself, consuming it, it's pretty okay. It's not bad for you at all. It's actually one of the greatest forms of fat, besides butter itself. Butter is probably more preferred. And I've mentioned them before, like coconut oil and all that. Try to steer away from soybean oil. Canola oil is a little bit better. Stop storing it in plastic bottles, especially with nowadays compounds like this leaching out the estrogen. There's a reason why BPA was changed over to BPS and BPF, because basically it's an estrogen-based compound. It leaches out. It basically degrades the plastic, makes it brittle. That's why a lot of plastic breaks down nowadays in the sun when it did not used to, especially like PETE, used to not break down at all. It used to be impervious to the sun's rays, and now it's not. I have a video where I showed breaking one apart, and it just shouldn't be that way. Plant-based soaps, palm oil. There's nothing wrong with palm oil. It's just what we charge for it. What we basically force our people into label what we give to those people who basically do the hard labor for us. We need to give those people an appropriate amount of appropriate response back, an appropriate compensation, make their lives at least easier, make their payments less. If you're going to give them financially less, you need to make the cost of their lives less as well. There's an unbalance within the system, and that's why rates are going up. That's why inflation is what it is, because the people who are actually producing are not being given appropriately too, and the ones who are basically taking too much from the system are really giving nothing back. CEOs and managers. When you have people basically wasting funds, not using resources appropriately, responsibly, it accrues a hidden cost to pretty much everything. Using free shipping too often, too much. Not doing bulk orders. Driving around our cars like this constantly, continuously. It puts a tax upon the earth. Not upon the system, upon the earth. And it's just, the laws of the universe do not obey the laws of the man. The laws of the universe do not obey the laws of man. And they never have. And it's about time we started acting more responsibly on the behalf of all citizens, of all people, of all denizens within the universe. You need a small amount of omega-3s in order to live healthily. Your body can't live without them, without that. Not really, no. Your outer cell walls rely upon that. There's nothing wrong with cholesterol. There's nothing wrong with eggs. You can ingest an enormous amount of cholesterol and still be fine, as long as your emotions inside are healthy. It's been proven time and time again by scientists. What causes disease is basically things like meats, things which are too heavy, hard for us to process, such as refined foods. Peanuts, which is not an ideal protein. It's a heavier form of protein. You can get away with things like seeds, other nuts and oils. We don't have to resort to peanuts. I think that was something enforced onto us by the Illuminati. It's not compatible with a lot of body types at all. You can eat and pretty much digest almost anything, including pork, but it doesn't mean you should. It doesn't mean that you have to. There's a reason why those things make you feel the way they do. Satiation is different than satisfaction. Satiation is, and feeling full is different than true fulfillment and satisfying a need. It's satisfying the requirement. That's what lighter foods do. Easier to digest foods do. I'm sure there's more than I can add to that, but now I'll have to continue this another time because the sun's going down and for other reasons as well.